as you bless us with many gifts and talents. We ask you to bless this great nation and help us to recognize we're all created equal in the image of Christ. We thank you, Lord, along with all who have made this contest possible. Watch over, protect each of these athletes. Aid everyone in this contest to do their best and to be a good sign of sportsmanship to all. We thank you for this great opportunity and ask your blessing through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Now to honor America, the playing of our national anthem. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Holbrook Hall to Coach Dave Faust Court on the campus of St. Henry District High School. On behalf of Principal Grant Brennan, Director of Athletics Tim Dimler, and Head Coach Dave Faust, we welcome you to see this game featuring the Eminence Warriors and your St. Henry Crusaders. During this evening's player introduction, introducing the Eminence Warriors. At guard is sophomore number 5, Cooper Holland. At guard is junior number 15, Brady White. At guard is senior number 25, Matt Virgin. At forward is senior number 4, Jack Crackler. And at forward is sophomore number 43, Grayson Tingle. Guard is coached by Brandon Campbell, assisted by James Chapin.
Yep.
Introducing the Crusaders at guard, sophomore number 12, Cooper McIntyre. At guard is senior number 14, Jacob Reese. At forward is senior number 22, Nate Tuxford. At forward is freshman number 31, Tyler Getzel. And at center is junior number 40, Caden Kunstedt. Return coach by Dave Faust, assisted by Trevor Gould, Scott Millay, Bill Grimmy. Their official receiving, Brian Salmon, Michael Romas, Cody Ryan.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to false start. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for the second time's a charm to the Crusaders basketball game. Here we have the St. Henry Crusaders up against the Eminence Warriors. I'm here joined with
Lucas Tabor,
and I'm Landon Sweden, as Eminence will drive down the court. 3, no good, as Jacob Reese will get the rebound. St. Henry looking to start off, need a big win here tonight. Lucas, were you at the last game that the Crusaders held?
I was not.
Last time I broadcasted one of these games, I don't believe they had a win. So Crusaders looking to jump back, looking like a decent season so far, looking to make some noise in the region, as Joshua Holland will start at the top of the key for the Warriors. trying to look inside. Start back up top. They kick it out to the left. Pretty White will take it now.
The Crusaders are playing, looks like a little soft man here. Not all the way on them, but not playing a strict zone defense.
Yes, definitely staying a little bit away from them as well. So they'll take it around, and it will be Eminence ball.
The Crusaders have Caden Kunsteck back. That is a much-needed big man to keep the other team out of the paint.
I believe he came back a few weeks ago as Crusaders with a steal. Cooper McIntyre, number 15, driving down the court. Pass to Caden. As the Warriors get a steal of their own, now they're driving down. They'll kick it outside. Kick it back up, take it back, reset. As Brady White will try and reset this Warriors offense. He'll pass it to number 33. Ball gets away from them a little bit. Stolen by Tyler Detzel. He'll take it up. No good. Warriors get the ball back as Brady White will try and calm down his team here. Start something up again. Bit of loose ball handling by the Warriors right now. They'll drive inside. They'll kick it back out. The Crusaders get a steal. Andrew Bessler will take it up top, and it'll pass to Cooper McIntyre, who will command this offense from the top of the key. Eminence with a steal as Brady White. Yes, Brady White will try and set up again.
Now the Eminence here is not looking like much of a shooting team. You have to see how they counteract.
Definitely some loose ball handling skills as the Crusaders get another steal on Eminence. They'll pass it back out and foul. Called on Eminence. Crusaders will try and restart. Cooper McIntyre and Jacob Reese throwing it back and forth. Twiggy, 3. No good. Caden Kunsteck with the rebound, and he puts it in for the first score of the game. Joshua Holland takes it up for Eminence. Caden Kunsteck with the steal. He's driving down the court now, and he will put it in for an and one as he will go to the free throw line, putting the Crusaders up 4-0.
There doesn't seem to be anyone on Eminence that can match Caden Kunsteck in size here, so he's going to use that to his advantage this whole game.
And, you know, I would honestly say there's no one really – he's one of those special X factors that you really can't guard. He's strong. He's tall. You can pretty much use him anywhere. That's one of those hard people to you honestly probably have to tune in. As Crusaders with another steal, Jacob Reese is driving inside. He'll kick it back out to Andrew Bessler as some loose ball handling skills by both teams. St. Henry's ball. Jacob Reese will throw it in. Pass back to Cooper McIntyre. As almost gets away from him. 15 has been giving him fits all day. As Andrew Bessler will drive it in and put it in, putting the Crusaders up 7-0. Eminence looking to drive inside. They'll put it back out. As a mispass there will put the ball back in the Crusaders' hands. Something we're noticing. Any comments about the game so far, Lucas, that you're noticing? Just some things that both teams can be doing better?
Well, for Eminence, we can definitely tell that they are staying away from those outside shots, which means they need to create better.
Jacob Reese for 3. And it is good. Crusaders go up 10 points as Eminence will call a timeout. We'll be back with you after the break. And welcome back to our game. Crusaders took a 10-point lead to start off the first quarter as Eminence will get the ball back. Some notes that you have for the game right now, Lucas. What are you noticing that, Eminence could probably do better to try and get back into this game?
Well, their big thing is those outside shots. They have not taken a single one, and it seems to be that the Crusaders...
Eminence with the... And that will put them on the board as Fackler will be the first scorer for the Eminence Warriors. Crusaders trying to pass the ball around. Nathan Bessler trying to drive it in, passes it to Tyler Detzel. Tyler Detzel, loose ball skills will allow Eminence to steal the ball back as they'll try again. Passes it to number 33.
As I was saying before, the Crusaders look to be playing a little bit of a hanging man right there in the paint.
As that is stolen by Nathan Bessler, he'll go up, and it is good. They will take a 12-2 lead now. Eminence will try and refocus. What were you saying about that, Lucas?
Crusaders are playing a little bit of a hanging man there in the middle of the paint, and they're really just trying to keep Eminence out of there. As you can see, they have not taken many outside shots at all, and that looks like to be the only way to score.
As they will not be able to put that layup up. As you were saying, to your point, I would kind of say they're trying to definitely work the ball a little bit in, but they're really not establishing that outside perimeter, and that's kind of why they've been shut down so much. Tyler Detzel for three. That is no good. Rebounded by Caden Kunstek. Twiggy for three. And that is good. Crusaders respond immediately as they'll go up 15-2 now.
Kunstek has 2 rebounds now that have led directly to points. He's doing pretty well down there in the paint.
Yes, definitely. He's controlling the lower part of the basket very well. So that'll pass back to number 15. White will try and start it at the top for the Warriors. And it is pretty much passed to Jacob Reese as he'll set up now for the Crusaders. Lots of steals for both of these teams so far early on. Nathan Bessler for three. That is no good. As Caden Kunstek with the rebound again, he'll try and fight his way up. No foul called, and that is Eminence's ball as they're now driving down the court. Eminence tries to put it up, and that is blocked. As Cooper McIntyre will try and slow this game down a little bit. Restart Twiggy for three. That is no good. Caden Kunstek with the rebound, though, and Cooper McIntyre will pass it to Twiggy. Back to Cooper. Kunstek blocked by Eminence, and they'll take that ball back. Joshua Holland driving down the paint. No foul called as he'll put it up, and the Warriors have another score. They'll try and take into this lead. Kunstek driving on the court, passes it to Reese. Reese looking for a man. Has it to McIntyre. Back to Reese. Back to McIntyre. And it is stolen by Holland. Foul called. As we'll have some subs go in.
Now they're bringing in a guard presence with these subs. Look what they want to do here on that offense.
Yeah, definitely. Eminence, something I'm noticing really starting to, they don't have a lot of height on their team. And, that's something, especially when you play teams in the 9th region, you really can't do that, Very deep region with lots of height. And they're struggling to try and jump around and pass this ball, hoping it doesn't get stolen, as they have been shut out at the 3-point line. Eminence trying to work the ball inside. He'll pass it to Corey. Corey trying to work it in. He'll pass it back out.
This has been a very good defensive run by the Crusaders.
Bit of a miscommunication there, as that will be Crusaders' ball. We'll be back with you after the break. And welcome back to our broadcast. Start of the second quarter here. Eminence with the ball. Crusaders have taken an 11-point lead over the Warriors. Been really dominant. Lucas, could you please tell us on why their success has been that way? As Eminence will add, trying to chip into this lead in the 6th game.
Well, one of those big things is Twiggy's 2 threes.
Constek driving in for Ravenscraft. And that will be good as the Crusaders answer back quickly. The Warriors score.
Eminence has had no presence beyond that 3-point line, and that right now is what's the biggest difference in this game.
Yeah, definitely, and some loose ball handling there has been just the common story for both these teams, really. Some missed passes, mostly from Eminence as the score shows, but also the Crusaders have had some missed passes as well that has honestly prevented this score from being run up more than it is. As a bit of a miscommunication there. Sam Duckworth will check in, pass it to Ryan Ravenscraft. Ravenscraft, no good. As White will try and drive down for the Warriors. Kicks it out for 3, no good. As they will get the rebound, however. Kicks it back out to White. White will try and reset his offense. And loose ball handling there as that will go back to the Warriors.
Eminence starting to open up their lanes. Very nice. Putting a presence there on the outside.
For 3, no good. As the Crusaders with an easy rebound there, Nathan Bessler will take it back up, being double teamed. He'll kick it back out to Sam Duckworth. And we'll take it back to the top of the key by passing it to Nate. Crusaders being forced on the outside, trying to find something inside. They'll pass it to Kunstek, and that will be deflected by the Warriors. Okay, Crusaders will retain possession of the ball. Brian Ravenscraft will throw it in. As they'll pass it out to Braden Ingram, and he'll put it in for another Crusader point.
Very nicely drawn play there. Left Braden open for all the time he needed, sunk that right in.
And you know, I would honestly say that's just the geniusness of Faust, how long he's been coaching. You know, that's something that you only get for coaching for that long. And you know, that's a large contribution to Faust's success over the years. As Eminence will be able to put it in. They'll float it out to Sam Duckworth, back to Ravenscraft. They'll pass it down to Bessler. Bessler looking to drive it in. He'll kick it back out to Ingram. Ingram not finding anybody as he will have it tipped out. Subs coming in for the Crusaders. Kunstek and Bessler out. Francis and Houston in. Ravenscraft will throw the ball in. Nathan almost took a 3, but couldn't find anything. As White will steal that, he'll drive that down the court. Driving inside, he'll pass it back out to 15. He'll put it in. As Eminence is now with the 9 for the Crusaders. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Francis will try and drive the ball down. Almost has the ball stolen from him, as there will be a foul called.
That's a great job holding on to that ball right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Slid a little bit, got it knocked loose, but he kept possession of that thing the whole time.
Yeah.
Won the ball back.
Would totally agree. Loses the ball as Allen will drive down and just put it right in. Eminence starting to chip their way back into this game. Each basket. Crusaders passing the ball around. They'll find Houston. They'll kick it back out to Duckworth. Duckworth for 3. And that is good as the Crusaders find a way to answer for these recent Eminence scores as they'll take a 10-point lead again over the Warriors.
Duckworth has definitely proven himself as a sharpshooter this season.
Oh, yeah. As McIntyre will check back in, Ravenscraft will go to the bench. Corey will pass it in as Holland will try, or excuse me, White will try and reset this Warriors offense to get themselves back into this game after that Crusader 3. Highland will try and drive it in. He'll get fouled as he'll go to the free throw line. Something I'm really noticing, I've already mentioned so far about both of these teams is really they've just, I don't know if it's just increased aggressiveness from both, but I think it's a little bit of both. Just loose ball handling. They really haven't been able to keep, two hands on the ball. It's always just steal after steal both ways, and we're definitely able to see who's benefited more from these steals. But, I would definitely say that it goes both ways, and it's one of the reasons that the score is not bigger than it already is.
Absolutely, but as you can see, the Crusaders are definitely profiting.
They'll kick it back out to Duckworth. Duckworth 3. No good. So rebound. Go on, Lucas, about what you were saying.
Oh, yeah, as I was saying, Crusaders are definitely...
Houston for 3, and that will be good. As they're beginning to establish themselves at the three-point line, Holland will try and drive back in for the Warriors. He'll almost pass it to White. Keep driving in, and he will put it in as they answer back for the Crusader 3.
The Warriors are definitely getting inside a little easier without the presence of Kunsteck down there.
Yes, they're definitely trying to make up as Ingram will just lay that basket in. They'll put themselves back up, 11 points. Holland trying to drive it back inside. Double team, they'll kick it back out. Pass it to White. Try and pass back in, and it's stolen by McIntyre. McIntyre will pass it to Francis. Francis driving down the court. He'll pass it back out to McIntyre, so set up the top of the key. Kick it out to Duckworth for 3. And that is good. Second 3 this quarter as they will force an Eminence timeout. We'll be back with you after the break. Welcome back to our game. Crusaders have taken a 15-point lead over the Warriors, leading a commanding first half, both inside and outside of the basket. Steals by both teams, and mostly credited to loose ball handling. Wouldn't you agree, Tabor?
Absolutely. I mean, as you can see right now, they are pressing all the way up the court. And a lot of what has contributed to the Crusaders' success is their efficiency off these turnovers, scoring almost every time, it seems like.
As Francis will be fouled down at the bottom of the basket, he'll go to shoot his free throws now. Yeah, I would definitely have to agree with you. What are some other things you notice? Besides the loose ball handling, what are some other things that you think the Warriors could do to try and turn this game around as they go into the locker room at halftime?
Well, a big thing they've been doing, especially here lately, they started establishing a few more guys out there past the three-point line, and that opened a lane for some cuts and some easy twos.
I would definitely agree. They've started to establish more of a presence at the three-point line, taking more shots than they did in the first quarter, and that's allowed them to be able to drive to the basket a little bit more with a few more open lanes. Kunsteck will get the rebound. He'll put it back in.
And that is going to continue to be a problem here for the Warriors. Yeah, Kunsteck seems unstoppable down there in the paint on both ends.
Definitely might have to double team him as the second quarter rolls around. Second half, excuse me. I'll pass back out to Forwey to Holland. Holland will try and drive it in. No foul called as Duckworth will get the rebound. And they'll call a travel on Duckworth. Warriors will be getting
Tyler Detzel and Jacob Reese coming back in the game here. Reese was hot from 3 right when he went out. See if he can continue that.
I believe he had 2 or 3 threes in the first half so far. As White will take it back up, pass it to Holland. Holland to Forey. Forey will pass it back out to Holland. Holland for 3, no good.
Eminence still yet to make a 3-pointer here this half.
And they've definitely tried to establish that presence. Hasn't really been a huge presence so far. They just haven't been able to hit their 3-pointers. I would say most of that is credited to the lack of height that they have on the roster. Would you agree, Taylor?
Absolutely. It's a lot harder not only to get inside the paint there, but when you have shorter guys sitting on the outside paired up against someone much taller than them, it's going to be a lot harder to get that shot up and over.
As Cooper McIntyre will throw it in for the Crusaders. He'll lob it out to Caden Kunstack and takes it to the top of the key. It's Tyler Detzel. He'll shoot it, and that is good for 2. Crusaders will take a clear lead over the Warriors now. He'll pass it back out to Forey. Forey. Holland. Holland will try and drive it in. He'll put it up, no good. As Eminence looking for a foul. And Detzel will lay it back in. Another point.
McIntyre doing exactly what they want him to do right there. Drive down the lane and dish it off to someone for an easy bucket.
Definitely doing his part to help contribute to this lead right here. As they'll try and drive it in, he'll shoot. No good.
Detzel with a nice rebound there too.
They'll pass it out to Nate. Nate will shoot. No good. Rebounded by Kunstack. Kunstack unable to get it up. Virgin will try and take it down to reset his team. His driving down. He'll pass to Forey. Forey looking for a lane. He'll kick it back out. 11 for 3, and that is good. As Eminence will finally establish themselves at the 3-point line. Crusaders looking to drive down though, and Tyler Detzel will be fouled. One thing I'm definitely starting to notice, and these players are starting to notice, these refs aren't calling much. You know, they're definitely letting these boys play. Wouldn't you agree, Tabor?
Absolutely, and that's just something both teams have to fight through. It seems the Crusaders are doing just fine with it, almost enjoying it, really.
Well, you know, I've been to a lot of these games, and, you know, I've seen a lot. There's a lot of refs, especially for these Crusader games, where most of the refs, they don't call much. You know, they let them play. And, you know, when they go up against a team like this that's not ready for that, it's definitely a wake-up call for that other team.
Absolutely, and especially with their side disadvantage tonight, Eminence is really going to struggle.
Yeah, they're definitely going to have to be a lot more physical, match the physicality of the Crusaders to keep themselves in this game and to make up for the lack of fight. As Holland will try and drive it in. Doesn't find a basket. As the half will end. We will be back with you guys as both teams go into the locker rooms after the half. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We return to our game against the St. Henry Crusaders versus the Eminence Warriors. Crusaders took a very commanding lead in the first quarter, going up 19 points. Sorry, my math is a little slow. I take slow algebra.
Yeah, they're really trying to find the three-point line here still.
Yeah.
It's a big factor there, as Eminence only made 1 3 in the first half.
Lucas, if you could tell us definitely about some of the main problems that you see with the Eminence Warriors and how they could try and come back into this game.
Well, one place they're really struggling is down there in that paint, just like we just saw. That's what they put back. You cannot really contain Kunstek at all. And again, they only have that 1 3 in the first half compared to the Crusaders' 5 or 6, I believe. And that's really going to add up on that total.
I would agree. St. Henry definitely dominating at the bottom of the bucket with rebounders like Caden leading the team in rebounds right now. And they definitely have some shooter threats out there too. They've got Sam Duckworth's got a couple, Twiggy's got a couple threes on the outside as Cooper will try and draw a foul there. No good. Eminence will score. Twiggy loses the ball a little bit.
And that's a little bit of luck there. It's going to stay with the Crusaders, rolling off the back of number 33's foot on Eminence.
Yeah, that's definitely something that you can't control. You know, that's bad luck right there, you know. Nothing you can really do about that. Twiggy will try for 3. That will be no good as it will be tipped out by Tyler Detzel, number 31, sorry. And Holland will try and throw it in for Eminence.
Now, I know Twiggy was pretty deep there, but you can never leave him open anywhere close to three-point line.
Twiggy's already got, I believe, 2 or 3 threes so far in this game, and he's only looking to add more. Eminence will drive in, and they'll finally put it in. Breaking the score down to 17. As the Crusaders are looking to drive down the court now, Twiggy will put it up and respond right back.
Very good pass by Tyler Detzel there, moving up the court quickly.
Yeah, definitely something we should talk about. You know, you got the freshman playing up, and, you know, what do you think about that, this move by Faust?
Well, a big factor in that has got to be his size. He's definitely the next biggest, closest to Caden. But it seems to be that he has gained a lot of confidence, shooting pretty well, making passes like that. You can't keep him down if he's going to play to that level all the time.
And, you know, he's tall, he knows how to run plays, and he's a good shooter. And, you know, that's all Faust really needs, you know?
Absolutely. Now he will foul there, but he did get beat on that screen, recovered pretty quickly. Little mistake, but he can fix that. And if he keeps recovering like he did there, he would be doing great on defense.
And that's a big thing for Faust, is physicality, you know, matching the Crusaders' physicality. That's the best way to integrate into the program is physicality. As Jacob Reese will steal that, he'll take it back up. Saw right there, you know, you gotta just take an opportunity whenever you get it. Physicality on the attack. Kick it out to McIntyre, who will pass to Tyler Detzel. Detzel will pass to McIntyre. They'll kick it out to Kunstek. They'll drive it in with Nate, and that will be good. Put that up.
St. Henry reminding Eminence they still have that paint presence right there, not just a shooting team.
As they'll take a foul there.
In other words around the school, our archery team had their second first place finish of the season this past weekend. Got a score of 3,212. Now,
is that good, Lucas? Is that a good score in archery? I don't follow the sport.
Well, out of the totals are out of 300. Oh. We have multiple people. Actually, all of our top archers are above 270. Olivia Spalding had a personal best at 274.
Wow.
Yeah, those 300s are obviously going to be hard to get. But when you're throwing up some 280s out there, those are some very strong scores.
Eminence will break away. Lopsided pass. Oh, be the Crusaders' ball. Yeah, definite. I know bowling terms. Can't you get like? Isn't like a 300? I believe the biggest score you can get in bowling. Yeah, I thought so. I knew that. I just wanted to double check. You know, I know my bowling terms. So, getting all those is like getting all that in bowling, right? Or is it easier to do that in archery than in bowling?
I'd say it might be about the same skill level, but maybe a little bit harder for high school archery. They cannot put quite as many attachments to help them out on their bow as, say, in like AAU or club leagues or in the middle school leagues. They can use a lot more help.
As that will be deflected. White will go over. Deflect that shot. Crusaders will retain possession of the ball.
This performance did, however, get them the Link NKY Team of the Week. Staying strong all season here, really.
I don't really follow St. Henry archery. It's good they're doing well. It's good for them. You know, everyone's always focused on what's swimming do, what's basketball doing, you know. How about what them archers are doing? Shout out to Brady Option.
Absolutely.
Crusaders looking for some to get going here. Jiggy will try and drive inside. He'll kick it out to Cumstep. Detzel looking to drive in. He'll put it in.
Great use of his size there. Just turning around, pushing that up for a nice floater. Ravenscraft staying pretty light on his feet there, keeping him from going inside the paint.
Yeah, Faust is definitely mixing things up. He hasn't really taken out any of his starters. I think he definitely wants to make a statement here with this game. Definitely a statement here. He's kept most of his starting players so far, but definitely mixing in some underclassmen as well, as you'll have McIntyre and Ravenscraft and Detzel in there.
They did sub Caden Kunstuck out here for Braden Ingram.
They'll take a shot for three. No good.
But Ingram's post work is possibly just as good. He really gets in there on those rebounds.
And I definitely agree with that. You know, he's definitely a threat down there in under the basket for the rebounds, and you know, that's definitely something that St. Henry likes to utilize, as we can see with Kunsteck.
Now his shooting game has been getting a little bit better this
Ravenscraft
year.
wide open for three. No good.
I have seen Ingram sink a couple threes already this season. Not something I'd really see entire season, so he's really putting some work in to get better on the shooting end.
Crusaders will get that rebound.
Ingram was really fighting for that rebound there. He was taking no chance of giving that ball up.
You know, like I said, that's all Faust preaches, is physicality. You know, out-muscle your opponents, out-hustle them, you know. That's how you win games. When you can't compete with size, when you can't compete with how good they can shoot the ball, beating them up physically will help you win games. And you can see that with the case right there.
Twiggy has not taken a shot here in a couple minutes. See if he's going to get going at all.
As Eminence will steal that ball. They'll find a wide open man with Virgin down there, and that will not be good. They'll go to the free throw line.
Some more talk around the sports world. NBA All-Star Weekend, just this past Saturday, Sunday. We have Mac McClung winning the dunk contest for the third year in a row.
You're going to need to tell me about that, because I'm not an NBA watcher. I don't to do all that NBA stuff, but I did see clips of the NBA dunk contest. It looked pretty cool. Tell us about it.
Absolutely. Well, and these past couple years before McClung started, there had been quite a few complaints about just really the dunk contests and whole, saying it's just no fun to watch anymore.
Yeah.
And now that McClung has been in here for these last 3 years, he's got people like John Morant and Giannis Antetokounmpo really saying that they might join too. Coach Shaq, he has changed the dunk contest. He's brought it back. And that's really a big thing this All-Star weekend, getting more viewers in, getting some really nice excitement. And his big thing this year, he's jumping over someone in a car. Jumped over a Kia car and grabbed the ball off someone's hand.
Yeah, I believe it was in the 3rd year in a row that he's won the dunk contest.
It was.
Yeah, I saw it because I remember I saw an edit online. It was like Mahomes couldn't do it, so I did it in the like 3-peat or whatever, referencing the failed Mahomes 3-peat. So yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Hey, to keep going with the All-Star weekend though, Tyler Hero competed in his first 3-point contest this year and won the whole thing. Took down Buddy Hield, one of the biggest other sharpshooters in the league.
You know what that reminds me of? You remember in the Olympics where they had that one what was it called? It was just like, it looked like a random guy they picked up off the street. I think it was like an Austrian shooter or whatever. It was a shooting contest.
Oh yes.
All the other competitors had all this fancy eyewear on, and he just like went up there with like just his gun and won the whole thing. I think. It was really cool.
The story of 2 underdogs there. No one really expecting it.
That's what it reminds me of. Back in the Paris Olympics. Oh boy. What else is new with the All-Star weekend though? I'm interested.
Well, a bit of a funnier note. They did a team up in the skills challenge this year, and we had Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama disqualified from the skills challenge.
Why would we do that?
So they would get through their passes, and they would not shoot the ball. They just picked them up off the rack and threw them with absolutely no attempt at scoring.
Sorry, I gotta bring that up. Crusaders will, or I believe Eminence will call a timeout here real quick. We'll be back with you guys after the break. And we are back from our break. Crusaders still have a dominant lead over the Warriors, a 20-point lead as this 3rd quarter's wrapped up. They'll call travel on number 11, Nick Mitchell, as the Crusaders will get the ball back, and they'll looking to let this clock run a little bit before the end of the quarter.
Continuing that story of turnovers, really. Their travel is a little different, but they have had so many missed passes this game.
Yes. And we'll be back with you guys now after the end of the quarter. And welcome back from the break. We are now entering the fourth quarter of play. Crusaders still have a dominant lead over the Eminence Warriors. And part of that, as my friend Lucas here was saying before the end of the quarter, was really due to what, Lucas?
Really, a big thing, one, is those missed three-pointers, but as well as the Crusaders' dominance down in the paint on those rebounds. And then on defense, too, really, in the paint, causing quite a few turnovers. Yeah. And they really got up the court, made them pay.
And as you were saying earlier on, we were talking about the NBA dunk contest and who did you say got disqualified from the one round?
It was from the skills challenges. Chris Paul and Victor Wembanyama.
Wow.
The skills challenge is all about time. How quickly can you get through multiple passing stages, shooting stages. But both Chris Paul and essentially skipped the shooting part. They just went over to the racks and threw the ball with really no direction on it. And after the rounds, after a little bit of consideration, the committee of, decided that it was essentially cheating, not fair to all the other duos competing in that, and disqualified them.
Wow. I don't really mess around with that. Around with that NBA stuff, so I couldn't tell you who any of those people are. I know Victor Wembanyama, but I don't know any of those other people. So we could be talking my language though, as I know it happened a few weeks ago. But the Super Bowl, and who did we say? I believe this lineman. He was on the Chiefs a year ago before the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So he was with them for their two previous Super Bowls. The one against the Eagles, and then the one against, who was it before that?
The 49ers.
49ers, that's right. So he was with them for their 49ers and their Eagles Super Bowl. And then he went to Philadelphia to play and was with them for their Super Bowl this past year. So he, can't remember his name, but he was the one that three-peated. Darian Kennard. My Mr. Z here at St. Emory actually went to high school with him. So some of you OG Mr. Z high schoolers will know about that one.
Now in that game too, the Eagles were extremely dominant on the defensive end. Mahomes threw 2 picks. Cooper DeJean, rookie cornerback, took one straight back to the house for a pick 6.
That was really impressive. I remember seeing that. That was pretty impressive.
And the big story on the defensive end, Patrick Mahomes sacked 6 different times.
Ooh, you got the Bengals O-line there?
Ooh, seems like it. But the Eagles did not send a single blitz the whole game. Those, I believe, many of those defensive linemen were from Georgia. What seems to be a good
lineman school. Both sides of the ball, both offense and defense. That's where linemen go to get strong. I believe the Bengals tackle, Amarius Mims was from Georgia. So
I believe so,
that school breeds linemen, man. They're good at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, at least Mahomes finally knows how it feels to be Joe Burrow. Kind of reminds me of the Bengals Super Bowl appearance where Joe got sacked for the most times in a Super Bowl game. He got sacked the most.
I believe it was 8 times.
Or, yeah, I believe that was the most. Yeah. Not good stuff, man. Mahomes was 2 away from tying Joe Burrow. It's kind of sad to think about.
Now the Crusaders have been very dominant on defensive end here the last few minutes. And as they have taken their lead up to 28 points.
Definitely starting to stretch this lead, and Faust starting to put a little bit more backups and resting the starters a little bit. know, he's definitely got a few starters still in there, and kind of gives you an idea of what kind of mentality Faust has for these types of games. You know, there's some coaches out there that really don't believe in going easy on your opponent, showing mercy at all. Running up the score is just something that, you know, whether it's an unwritten rule or not, it's just something they do. They do it to make a statement, and I guess Faust's that type of person.
Faust calls a timeout here. He will send Jack Lewis in as a sub. Seems to be a 30-second timeout.
We'll be back with you after the break. And we are back to the game as Eminence will now take their free throws. Number 5, Joshua Holland.
Ravenscraft bringing the ball up here as we have Lewis, who just came into the game. Down there, seems to be pretty open in the corner.
Yeah, starting to get a feel for this game. In other St. Henry news, I thought it would be fair to shout them out since I'm part of the team, but all you baseball fans out there, opening day is just 1 month away. 1 month away, Lucas. I believe that. And
seems to be so early.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for it. It's too cold out. Can we start in April, man? And then I don't even care if the season would go to June. I only want to play baseball in warm weather. I'm not a cold weather baseball person.
No, swinging that bat, that's really gonna hurt your hands there.
Especially that metal, man. You hit off the end of it, you're really gonna feel it in that cold weather. Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. And I believe St. Henry is scrimmaging Brossard in a little over 2 weeks. I believe it's March 8th. First St. Henry baseball scrimmage of the year. And I'm telling you, we're looking to definitely make a statement within the region this year. I feel really good about our team this year. Better than I would say in past years.
Now number 5, Joshua Holland, just got fouled at the three-point line. He'll have 3 chances here at the free throw line.
Sinks his first one.
Number 15, Brady White, getting ready to come in the game too, along with number 34, Nick Mayer for the Crusaders. Another young guy there, sophomore, coming in for Ryan Ravenscraft.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, especially watching basketball with past years. I've definitely not seen Faust use this many young guys before. It's definitely a new thing for him that he's trying out.
Absolutely, it seems to be working, especially tonight, as they have been dominant.
And you know, there's a few underclassmen that exhibit some good traits, like Cooper McIntyre and Tyler Detzel, that have some pretty decent hype for being underclassmen and can shoot the ball pretty well. And that's ultimately why Faust used them, and a bit more willing to use them.
Absolutely. Now Nick Mayer with a nice baseline jumper there, sinks it for 2.
Eminence will try to reset with Holland. He'll pass it to White. White looking to go find Virgin. Virgin back to Holland. Holland will go all the way on the other side for White. Misstep pass. And that will stay Eminence ball.
Crusaders still with a 27-point lead here. Closed down 1 point, but it does not seem like Eminence is going to be closing it much more.
As Trey Fetters will clock in. Didn't even see him come in. He'll get some of the first minutes in the game.
That's yet another big man that Faust can really work with.
Yeah. Nick Mayer will just set that one right in. He'll get some points.
I believe that's just out of bounds.
Hobo block.
Back to some NFL news here. Josh Allen won the MVP this season, his first.
Didn't deserve it.
Yeah, but I believe, this has been an argument out of quite a few people, even some NFL commentators I've heard, was that had the Bengals made the playoffs, Joe Burrow would have deserved it more.
You know, I would. Sorry. Go ahead.
Number 1 quarterback in the league this year, over 4,500 passing yards. I believe, how many touchdowns did he have? 36? 36 touchdowns?
He had a lot, man.
And now a lot of those actually went to Jamar Chase, Triple Crown winner this season. Very big achievement.
And Nick Mayer will steal that. They will call it out of bounds at around half court, bringing the ball right back. And I definitely agree. Had Joe Burrow and the Bengals made the playoffs, Joe Burrow's your MVP any given day of the week. Mahomes didn't have a season by Mahomes standards at all. And Josh Allen was good, but he really wasn't anything special. And I honestly wouldn't give him too much credit for getting him to the playoffs. I'd honestly give a lot more credit to his defense. They definitely showed up as they were able to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, the Bills' defense, very strong. Always has been. Jamar Chase, he didn't win Offensive Player of the Year. Very surprising considering his stats.
Nor did Trey Hendrickson get Defensive Player of the Year. A lot of oddly, there should have been three or four Bengals picked for an award at the NFL awards ceremony, but guess that's just not how the cookie crumbles.
Now, Trey Hendrickson did finish second in the voting for Defensive Player of the Year, but Jamar Chase, he received 0 first-place votes, which is incredible considering his 1,700 yards, 107 receptions, and 17 touchdowns.
I forget, was it Saquon Barkley that won Offensive Player of the Year?
I believe it might have been, yeah. Now, he did set a new single-season, including playoffs, rushing record.
Yeah.
Well over 2,000.
And Saquon Barkley, he's just such a good player. I'm gonna give him a lot of credit. Any other year you give him the MVP, or not the MVP, the Offensive Player of the Year. I definitely think that he deserves Offensive Player of the Year any other year. However, when you have a guy that just puts up the numbers that Jamar Chase did as a wide receiver, even if Joe Burrow's throwing to him, man, you just can't. How do you not give that guy not even one vote in the Offensive Player of the Year votings?
A little bit of a miscommunication there from our Crusaders.
Yes.
Throwing that ball out of bounds.
As Eminence will just try and run the clock down. They'll go for 3. No good. Trey will get the rebound, and he'll look to just handle this game from here as your final from Holbrook Hall is 58-30. Crusaders win. They beat the Eminence Warriors here at home. This will conclude the game here and our broadcast here. I am Landon Sweeney. This is
Lucas Tabor.
And we will see you guys next time.